After last year's slow sales of the Galaxy S9, Samsung was eager to come back strong. And a month after the launch, it's time to take a look at how well it has done this with the new Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus. Hello, friends, Oliva from Digital Genius. The newer model is lighter and more pleasing to hold. The harsh edges that make the S9 a bit unpleasant to handle are gone. Instead, to get a slim and light device that takes a lot of hardware in a slimmer package. The bezels have gone slimmer, making the phone a few more compact, and the difference is especially noticeable when you compare the non-Plus models. The rest of the differences bow down to the fingerprint and cameras. The capacitive fingerprint scanners at the back of the S9 have been substituted for an end-display ultrasonic solution on the S10 series, which is definitely cool looking, but it's far from perfect in terms of accuracy, and we find the older traditional fingerprint reader on the S9 more reliable in terms of performance power. You get the Snapdragon 855 on the S10 for the S9 features the older Snapdragon 8, 4 or 5 chip. How this boost in performance, but the truth is that both the S10 and the S9 feel fast, and it's hard to notice any significant differences in regular real-life usage like social media browsing, gamers, and other power users. Whoever will appreciate the neurosilicon on the stand. We continue counting the differences by looking at the back. We now have a third camera on the stand, a neutral white one, this fun to use. But in terms of the main two cameras, the image quality you can expect on the stand, it's largely identical to that of last year's Galaxy S9 series as far as details and colors are concerned. The two phone generations are comparable, and the very subtle differences here and there can be safely ignored. Image quality hasn't skyrocketed, but HDR is improved and the color science is a bit more spot on the Galaxy S10 Plus. One difference worth mentioning is in the life focus mode. The S9 uses the telephoto lens to shoot portraits, while the S10 instead uses the main camera. Both the S9 and S10 shoots excellent 4K video and up to 60 frames per second. Details are plentiful, exposure, colors and stabilization are all great on both series. On the standard or the third camera, the ultra-wide one opens a new range of possibilities for creative video shooting. Galaxy S9 series has one exclusive feature sure that we need to mention: the new Super Steady Stabilization mode, excellent and helps create extremely smooth videos. It also uses the ultra-wide angle camera, just in case you wondered. Currently, both the Galaxy S10 and Galaxy S9 series are running Android 9, but with the new One UI scan on top. For the most part, the interface is very similar to the tool with a few subtle differences. Samsung certainly deserves credit for the new One UI interface. It really shines on the larger Galaxies. We particularly appreciate little touches like bringing some controls to the bottom of the screen for easier reach. So the final question, should Galaxy S9 users upgrade to the Galaxy S10? Well, yes and no. While the Galaxy S10 and the S10 Plus both feel like excellent follow-ups, the Galaxy S9 series. Once you draw the line, you will find out that the differences in improvements are actually not that many, and they're mostly more marginal. The S10 looks more modern with this thinner bezels, more powerful chip, more onboard storage, and the few camera improvements, but it's also significantly more expensive. So as S9 owners who are not in a hurry might just wait it out until the new S11 comes to town. Unless you have money to burn, of course, then you can get the newer one. And if you have some love to give, you can do this by clicking on the thumbs up button to this video, by subscribing to our channel, and by dropping your comments with your thoughts about these phones. My name is Oliva, thanks for being with us, and I'll talk to you in the next one.